Hello everybody, good morning to all. Welcome back to biology class. So still we are on the first chapter now about the life process, but we completed the half of the chapter because this chapter includes 4 life processes. The 2 we completed, the nutrition and also respiration that we completed. Now we have discussed 2 more remaining. So we know that as a result of digestion or nutrition, the simple soluble nutrients, they are absorbed by the body or blood, and as a result of this gaseous exchange, the process of breathing, the from the lungs oxygen is also absorbed by the blood. So something is needed to carry out all this nutrients and oxygen to different parts of our body. Like that of a vehicle, somebody is needed to transport all these materials to each and every cells of our body. Who is it? This great role is played by the transportation system present in our body, and this process is called transportation or circulation. About this transportation also, we studied 80% of this transportation process that we studied from the 7th standard itself. Okay, so transportation is considered as one of the very important life process like respiration and nutrition. Okay, so transportation, it is the process by which the absorbed nutrients and other needy materials, they are transporting from the production site to the target site. Target site means the body cells. We know that in case of multicellular organism, we have a well developed body, well designed body, and all the body cells are not in direct contact with the air, or they are not ready to receive all this kind of nutrients all the time. That's why there is a need of transportation system to carry these nutrients to each and every cells of our body. We know that the process of digestion that's taking place inside the small intestine, but the tip of our finger needs energy, or the tip of our finger needs glucose. So from this small intestine, this nutrient need to transport to the fingertip. Like that, the process of exchange of gas that is taking place inside the lungs. But our toes or our legs require energy, our brain require oxygen, our cells of our finger require oxygen. All these are performed by the transportation system. So these are the main functions of transportation system. It can this transport all the needy materials such as oxygen, carbon dioxide from the lungs to the outside, that is by the transportation system, or from the cells to lungs, not from the lungs to outside, but from the cells to lungs. Who's transporting this carbon dioxide? By the blood. And the waste materials from different body cells to the excretory organ, this is also transported by the blood circulatory system. And the transport of hormones, enzymes, everything is by the help of this transportation system. And also it can maintain the water balance of our body. The blood can maintain the water balance of our body. So all these are the functions of blood circulatory system. And we have the body temperature here. Constant body temperature is there. This constant body temperature is also maintained by the blood circulatory system. Okay, these are the functions of this blood circulatory system. Then we want to study what are the important components of this blood circulatory system. So what are they? This recall the names. What are the components of this blood circulatory system or transportation system? 3 main components are there. They are the heart, blood, and blood vessels. Heart, blood, and blood vessels are the 3 important components of blood circulatory system. So we have to discuss about this 3 in detail. So about the blood, we can do first blood. What are the components of this blood? The blood consists of RBC. What is this RBC? That is a red blood corpuscle. Then WBC is that is a white blood corpuscle, and another one is the platelets. So we know that blood is a fluid that is studied about the blood, that is thoroughly studied from the 9th standard. Blood is a fluid conductive tissue which consists of a fluid matrix called plasma. Okay, plasma is a fluid part of the blood. Inside this plasma, we can see all the corpuscles are suspended. Okay, so just remember about that. What are the 3 types of blood cells or corpuscles present in the fluid plasma? They are the RBC, WBC, and platelets. RBC, that is a red blood cell. What is the function of this red blood cell? which is mainly for transporting oxygen from the lungs to different parts of the body. RBC, which contain a red colored coloring pigment, is what is the name of the coloring pigment? That is a hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the coloring pigment that is present in this RBC. This hemoglobin has a great affinity towards oxygen. That is why just after the, if this hemoglobin is in contact with the this oxygen, the type itself, it may combine with this oxygen and forms a compound called oxyhemoglobin. Forms a compound called oxyhemoglobin. So the further transport of this oxygen is in the form of oxyhemoglobin. The further transport of this oxygen is in the form of oxyhemoglobin. So this RBC has a capacity to transport oxygen from the lungs to different parts of our body. Second important point, that's a WBC, white blood corpuscle. What is the importance of this one? This acts as the soldiers of our body by killing all the germs that may happen to enter into our body. We have the natural immunity. About immunity also we studied there from the 9th. At that time, 2 times we discussed about this WBC. WBC that can act as the soldiers of our body by killing or by fighting all the germs that may enter to our body. Then another important component that is present in the blood, that is the platelets. Platelets helps in the clotting or coagulation of blood. Clotting of blood. Platelets can play a great role if there is any injuries or this accidents. That time what will happen? The blood may start to come out. There will be a leakage of blood. So after a short period of time, what will be there? It is stopped by a plug. A plug may forms over the wound or over the injury. That is by the accumulation of this platelets. These chemical reactions are there. For the formation of this blood clot, a number of chemical reactions are there that detailed studies in higher class how the blood clot is forming. Okay, so 3 main functions are there for this blood. RBC helps in the transport of oxygen and WBC acts as the soldiers of our body. Platelets can kill the germs and this that may happen to enter into our body. Okay, the remaining we'll discuss in the next class. Okay.